Hi, good evening. This is Mr. Gunderson coming from the comforts of my living room, bringing you vocabulary lesson 2. Again, fill out the Cornell notes for vocab lesson 2, where you write down the word, the definition, the part of speech, and then any examples that I give or any examples that you come up with your own, write those into your Cornell notes. All right, let's get started. First word is annihilate. Part of speech is a verb. Definition: to destroy in large part or completely, to vanquish, to make ineffectual. So think of like an atomic bomb. Obviously, an atomic bomb is going to annihilate and destroy completely everything in its path. The United States dropped an atomic bomb to end World War II, dropped it on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and completely annihilated those areas. Hundreds of thousands dead. So um, another one would be a tornado that annihilates a town. As you can see there, it leaves destruction um, in its path. So that is annihilate. Anthropology. Part of speech is noun. Definition: the study of the physical, cultural, and social development and behavior of humanity. So anthropologists look at human beings. Can go all the way back from apes all the way up to from caveman to man. Um, they also anthropologists, or the study of anthropology goes to other cultures, other areas all over the world, and will study different cultures, look at their social, how they interact with each other socially, how they behave, um, the physically, what's different about them, compare different cultures to one another. Next word is antiquity. Part of speech is a noun. Definition: ancient times, a thing or people of ancient times, the quality of being ancient. So this would be looking at like the pyramids in Egypt, the Sphinx, studying that. Obviously that was very, very ancient, but looking at those old things of long ago. Another thing of antiquity, of ancient times, would be the Colosseum, the Greek Colosseum, where the gladiators and whatnot once fought. So antiquity. Next word is apex. Part of speech is noun. Definition: the highest point of something, vertex, the culmination or point of climax. So think of Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world. I want to say it's 28 or 29,000 some odd feet. Um, that very tip, the summit of it, or the apex, is the highest point in the world. Another apex would be the top of the Eiffel Tower, or the top of you know any the Sears Tower in Chicago. So really, you're looking at the highest point of something. It can also be, graphs and charts and things like that. The highest point of something is the apex. Next word is appease. Part of speech is verb. Definition: to soothe or pacify, to satisfy, especially by giving in to demands. So a crying baby, if you have a crying baby or brother or sister or cousin or something that's crying, the first thing parents are going to go to is give them that pacifier to try to soothe them, or try to satisfy them. They're trying to appease that crying baby because no one likes a crying baby. The other thing too is to appease. It's, let's say you're negotiating. Two businesses are negotiating things, or lawyers are negotiating things, and they have demands, and you're trying to negotiate, a settlement or whatever the case is. You're trying to give into certain demands, and maybe not trying to give up certain demands. You don't, but you're trying to appease. You're trying to find a way to pacify or soothe. Next word is apprehensive. Part of speech is an adjective. Definition is afraid, anxious, worried that some misfortune may occur. So the picture here, walking down a dark road, deserted road. There's some trees there. You have this dark area that you're walking up into. That would make you, I think most anyone may be a little anxious, a little bit worried, but definitely you're going to be apprehensive. Also, you look at this one, walking down this dark alley. It looks dirty and dingy and not a real pleasant place that you'd want to find yourself in. And you take a wrong turn down a city, and all of a sudden you're in that type of an alley. You would definitely be apprehensive, anxious, worried, afraid. Next word is aptitude. This is a noun. Definition: a talent, natural ability, the ability to learn something. Suitability. So Mozart had an aptitude for creating beautiful, phenomenal music. So it's very much, this aptitude is very much the same as the word, if you remember, word from a few weeks ago, innate, an innate ability. Aptitude is very much similar to that, a natural ability, a talent. Michelangelo painted this, the Sistine Chapel, which is just, phenomenal work of art. So obviously Michelangelo had a talent, a natural ability. His aptitude was in painting. Next word is arbiter. This is a noun. Definition: a person chosen to decide a dispute, a judge. So there's Judge Judy. We all know Judge Judy, I think. Maybe I don't know if she's still on TV or not, but definitely a judge is a person that decides disputes, right? That's an easy one. Another one to think of is a baseball umpire. Here in this picture, the manager of, I don't know what team, but the manager comes out and obviously does not like a call that the umpire made, and is getting in his face, and even has his right hand up, and it looks like it's a bit heated. But that's what the umpire is there for, is when a manager gets upset, he's going to come out and decide the dispute. He's going to make a call, and that call is going to be final. Looks like this baseball manager is probably headed to the locker room early. I'm sure he was about to get kicked out of the game. So an arbiter, person chosen to decide a dispute. Next word is archaic. Part of speech is an adjective. The definition: no longer in general use, old-fashioned. Think of a Model T Ford car. I mean, you don't see any of those around. Nobody's driving them around. It's old-fashioned. It's no longer in use. You'll see them at at car shows and things like that, but really you might see them in a parade or something like that, but you don't see people driving these things around. Another example would be this old style phone. I was looking for phones, that had cords, but I'm sure there's probably people out there that still have that. I don't know of anybody, but this old style phone where you had, you pick up the part that you listen to, put your ear to, and then the main part there where you talk into. That's no longer in use. It's old-fashioned. So archaic. Next word is ascertain. Part of speech is verb. Definition: to find out, to determine, to learn through research. So real simple. You have some researchers testing things, trying, who knows what, trying to find a cure for this disease or that disease. But they're trying to find out. They're determining things. They're experimenting. They're learning things through research. Another example of this would be, think of Sherlock Holmes or a detective, figuring out clues, putting clues of a case together. What are they doing? They're trying to determine something. They're trying to find something out. They're trying to ascertain. All right. So those are your 10 vocab words for this week. Again, go through the video, do the Cornell notes, and then do your writing. Pick 7 words out of the 10 and put together a personal narrative, a poem, a story, some sort of writing. Post it onto Schoology by Friday.